Change. Nobody wants change. It's uncomfortable, unpredictable, and it's very stressful, and yet it's the only thing that's really consistent in life. See, there's something about change that's just so intimidating and so scary. And one thing that I realize is so often we get in our own way of succeeding in the process of change. Ever since I was a kid, I've always known that art brings true happiness and joy in my life. My parents asked me what I want to be when I grow up, and I said, I want to be an artist. Immediately, they told me that it's not a good choice. From that moment on, I tried so hard to suppress this dream that I have, and I started believing that it doesn't stand a chance of becoming a reality. But it wasn't until recently that I started challenging this belief. I asked myself the most important question in my life. Patricia, if making art makes you happy, then why are you not living it? It's all because it requires me to change. My number one stuck point is fear of the unknown. This is because change have a degree of uncertainty and nobody really knows what the outcome will be. Not knowing brings us anxieties and fears and a whole load of negative emotions. And the reason for this is because we find comfort in routine. We like patterns. We find reassurance in repetitiveness, and change will come in and just take away all of this comfort bubble that we have. It definitely will require us to adapt and to be resilient. The second thing is change will challenge our identity. Our habits, our routine, our environments, our surrounding becomes a huge part of our routine. Naturally, our job, having spent 8 hours, 5 times a week, it becomes part of our identity. And that means for me, pursuing this dream, I need to embrace this new identity of being an artist, and it's a big shoe to fill in. Change requires us to take risks and step out of our comfort zone, and with that brings the fear of failure. Pursuing my dream means putting myself out there, and I'm taking the chance of being ridiculed. My coworkers will probably think I'm crazy for doing something that is completely out of the norm. Why are you trying to pursue something else when you have a very stable job? I probably will compare myself to the artists that I see in social media that is way better than me. And the biggest thing for me is failing myself, because I don't want to miss out on living and achieving my highest potential while I'm still alive. As I embrace this so-called change, I've discovered a couple of things that actually far outweigh these fears that I have. We tend to overthink all of these things that could possibly go wrong, and we tend to underestimate our abilities that we don't really give ourselves credit for. For one, I've tapped into a different level of personal growth and self-discovery. Just before I started pursuing my dream, I had an honest conversation with myself and learned about these really valid fears that I have. And self-honesty is the first step. Self-actualization made me acknowledge my emotion and understand how they relate to who I am and why I am the way I am. As I embrace this new sense of identity as an artist, I realized that I've been denying myself a huge personality, which is creativity. And that personality doesn't just transcend through my art, but also in life in general. Because change will give you a plethora of different problems that you've never experienced before, and you get to come up with creative solutions to tackle them. The funny thing is, I actually had fun along the way, and I realized that the sky is the limit. So often we get in our own way of really pursuing the things that truly makes us happy. Lastly, resiliency becomes a natural byproduct of change as we learn how to cope with the uncertainties that comes with it. Eventually, I started stacking the hard-earned evidence and the wins that I have, that I can figure this out, that I can do this, and really, it builds my confidence so much and it feels amazing. Change can teach us to adapt and help us develop resilience, but only if we understand our capacity for growth and learning. After everything have been said and done, I am here to remind you that change is a very normal part of our life. We as human beings have this innate wanting for constant growth, opportunities, and develop a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. I'm embracing change because I want to fulfill my true purpose, and that is to tell my stories through art. So I am here to tell you that change is hard. It's unpredictable, it's uncomfortable, and it's just, sometimes it seems impossible. But I am also here to tell you that you are at the right place at the right time, and you will figure it out.